Hi, I'm Ashley Weston. I'm a celebrity menswear stylist. This video is part of my Men's Wardrobe Essentials series. To see the other articles and videos in this series, visit this link for more info. So let's talk about t-shirts. If you're like my clients and most guys out there, you're probably wearing t-shirts a majority of the time. Outside of dark wash jeans, they're the most important item in your essential wardrobe. Now, whether you should go with a crew neck or V-neck is dependent on a few factors that I'll go into a little later on. To start off, I have a few bones to pick with men and their t-shirts. Number one, just like I mentioned in my polo shirt video, I fucking hate when guys wear shirts with all this crap everywhere, like logos and graphics and so forth. Now, the exception to this are sports and band tees, which are totally fine if they're worn in the appropriate context, like to sporting events or concerts. But anything outside of that is just tacky and childish. There's nothing better than a nice and clean fitted t-shirt on a man. Speaking of fit, that leads me to my second point. I lose a little more faith in the everyday man when I see guys wearing ill-fitting t-shirts. A lot of my clients with larger builds think that they have to wear shirts with a looser fit in order to hide their imperfections. But it actually works counter to that, and it makes them look even bigger than they are. And my thinner clients think that wearing larger shirts will add more bulk to their frame, but it actually ends up making them look even skinnier because they're swimming in all of this excess fabric. No matter your age or body type, your t-shirts and any piece of clothing you own should have a nice trim fit and lightly hug your body. Now, that doesn't mean it should be skin tight, but it doesn't mean it should be baggy either. Check out my t-shirt fit guide for more details about how your t-shirt should fit. My third point, which I've been noticing more and more lately, is men wearing shirts that are too shiny or distressed and super stretched out, or the fabric's so thin that I can start to see your nipples and body hair. Ugh. Above all else, a t-shirt should look clean, comfortable, and relatively new. Now it's time to answer the age-old question of whether you should own crew neck or V-neck t-shirts. To help make your choice a little bit easier, there's 3 points to consider. If you have a longer neck, then I suggest you go with the crew neck. A V-neck will actually make your neck appear even longer because the V will show more skin, and it'll actually make it look like your neck starts literally from the V all the way up. If you have a shorter neck, then I definitely go with a V-neck because, like I just said, you want that V-neck to help elongate your neck. This is a good thing. And if your neck is average, well, the t-shirt world is your oyster and you can choose whichever you prefer. So now that you know you shouldn't be wearing t-shirts with graphics and logos all over them, that leads us to now talk about what color, solid color t-shirts you should own. You want to stick with white, heather gray, navy, and black. And when I say black, I mean the blackest black you can find, not a faded black, which I'm seeing more and more often in stores. So make sure it's a dark, dark, dark black. These colors are great because they go with everything in your essential wardrobe. As for how many shirts you should own, I would suggest 2 to 3 of each color. That way, if you wear a t-shirt every day, it'll easily get you through a week. So I've gotten this next question from a lot of readers and viewers, and I'm so happy I finally get to answer whether you should invest in expensive designer t-shirts or go with more budget-friendly brands. Honestly, I suggest going with a more budget-friendly brand over designer options because I find very little difference between them. Mostly it's just a slightly better fabric and construction, but the price difference is so large that I just don't think it's worth the additional cost, especially since your t-shirts wear out quicker than the rest of the items in your wardrobe, so they'll have to be replaced more often. What are the best ways to wear your t-shirts? Well, if you're a client of mine, I'd style you in this black crew neck t-shirt with a pair of black sunglasses, brown wool trousers, throw on a nice watch, and finish with black Oxford dress shoes. Or I'd style you in these brown sunglasses, a navy cardigan with a white V-neck t-shirt, throw on some dark wash jeans, and finish with a pair of brown lace-up boots. And lastly, I'd style you in these brown sunglasses, brown suede bomber jacket worn with a white V-neck t-shirt, add a nice watch, and finish with some dark wash jeans cuffed at the bottom and white sneakers. So those are some of the different ways I'd style you in your t-shirts. To see more ways to wear your t-shirts and to see my favorite t-shirts that you should own, Check out my website for a more in-depth article that includes all the product links and more outfit inspiration images. Like I said before, this video is part of my Men's Wardrobe Essential series. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and if you've ever worn a t-shirt, then give this video a thumbs up. Now that view count better match the number of thumbs up, otherwise Bad Ashley is gonna come and pay you a visit. All right, my paisanos, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.